Good day, everyone. Welcome to Daily Wisdom. I am your host, Frank Daly. Today we'll be talking about your internal guidance system. What is your internal guidance system? Your internal guidance system can be looked at as your connection to the quantum field, the higher plane of information, or God. However you choose to look at it, it all works the same. All right? I will explain the physical mechanisms and how it works through impulses and energy that we feel every day. I'm going to utilize the GPS, the global positioning system, in order to relate it back to us for a further or deeper understanding. Okay? So a GPS, the way it works is you have a desired location, a destination you would like to go. So you type in the address, and then it returns back to you the information knowing already where you are in position to the destination. And then your only job is to follow the directions one at a time. You don't think about it, you don't worry about it, you just follow. Make a right in 500 feet. Then head 3 miles east. See how that works? Well, your internal guidance system works far more better in its precision, but if you do not understand it, it's almost like you didn't know a GPS existed, but as you're driving a car, all of a sudden when you're driving, you hear this voice and you're like, what the hell is that? And you would actually turn it off and ignore it. But because we all understand what a GPS is, we don't. We actually pay attention to it. So I'm going to reacquaint you with your internal guidance system. Okay. So like a GPS, I place a desired location. Well, how do I place a desired location onto where I want to go and utilize my internal guidance system? Simple. It is your imagination. Your imagination is key to going to a place that you already are not. All right? So when you place your imagination on something, you utilize it well, it will generate an excitement, the possibilities of getting there. And the way you do it, just say for argument's sake you wanted to start a new business, you would then generate an image in your head that you already are successful at that business, perhaps several years in. Not imagining yourself starting it in the laborious aspects that you may think about. But no, you're already there, experiencing the fruits of what you just occurred or what you just created. All right? And what that will simply do is raise your vibration into the generative aspects of excitement. And then that excitement will then take you and understands where you are and create impulses for you to act upon. And if you act on them as best you can without questioning them, it will move you in the fastest route to that. Undoubtedly, 100% of the time it will. But what often we do is we get impulses, because we do this, and we don't understand how it works. This is why we do this. We get impulses, and then we question them. It would almost be equivalent to driving down the road, and you're heading in a direction. It's already lined up in your GPS, and it says, make a right in 500 feet. And then you say, well, why am I making a right? And you're either going to stop the vehicle and discuss this, or you're going to simply be distracted and pass the actual turn in which you needed to make a right. So, but it doesn't matter. The GPS will still recalculate you and get you to where you want to go that was already calculated into GPS. So it doesn't matter how far off track you get from the get-go, it will always lead you there. Okay? Same thing with your internal guidance system. You might have a desired experience you want something to do from like say 20 years ago. You didn't let go of it. You just kept turning off the impulse thing. That's it. So now you know this works, start listening to the impulses. So it knows where you are. So I want to start a business. And I already see myself successful, employing a lot of people. Everyone's excited. I added more into the economy. I added more into my community, and everyone's flourishing. All right? Because it's a collaborative thing. I'm not competing. I'm flourishing. I'm actually incorporating. All right? And that's integrity. So now, here I am. The impulse comes. And the impulse might be, call a buddy up, and go get a cup of coffee. But often the mind will think, well, how is getting a cup of coffee with my friend going to get me this business? Won't it keep me away from the business? Don't I need to look up how to start a business, perhaps take business classes, perhaps read somebody else? Now, if the impulse was to do that, you would have done that. But your impulse was to go get a cup of coffee with your friend. And when you act on it as best as possible, what could happen is your higher self already knows your belief structure, which indicates where you are and what it is you need to get there. And when you don't question, you go get the cup of coffee with your friend, and perhaps you start discussing this idea of yours. And your friend then gets heightened by it and adds to it. Perhaps somebody overheard it and gives you a bit of information to help you out, collaborate with you. When you act on that first bit of information, it will always lead you to the next bit. And then when you act on that bit, it will lead you to the next bit, and so on and so forth. And there will be a time when you see that you're moving in the right direction, such as I live in Phoenix, Arizona, and say I want to go to San Diego, and I've never been there. So I put in the GPS a particular address, calls back California, yada yada address, whatever street, and then it sends me on my way. And it tells me to head south out of my neighborhood, make a right, left. Well, I don't really see San Diego. I can't see it, but I'm trusting it. But then eventually I get onto I-8. And right when I get onto I-8, I see a sign that says San Diego, 189 miles. I am not in San Diego, but the verification that I'm heading in the right direction, it shows up. And this will happen with your impulses. When you start acting on them, there will be outside verification that you're moving in the right direction, which then helps you speed up, because once I'm on I-8, I then do 75, perhaps a little faster if there's no police around, and I get there even quicker. And then even if I have doubt, I'll see another sign that says San Diego in 100 miles. It means I moved 89 miles in the direction of my desire, but I'm still not there. I'm still not on the beach drinking whatever it is you want to drink on the beach, or surfing, or whatever it is you want to do. But the excitement of seeing the signs that show me I'm going there is part and parcel of the whole journey. This is why we do it. So when you act on your impulses based off of your imagination, and you don't question, or you truly believe you can do the imagination, the thing that was, you see yourself, it will lead you there. And when you stop trying to figure it out, because it isn't your job to figure it out, it never is. When you try to figure out, that's when you miss the turn, that's when you don't get the cup of coffee, and you just slow the process down. You don't completely stop it, but the slowing down creates an aggravation within the field, and so sometimes we just forget about the trip for now. And years go by and we eventually get there if we want. So this is the point. So if you're playing that game, no big deal. Forgive yourself automatically, because that doesn't help in this journey. It doesn't help to say, I did it wrong, I could have been there years ago. Who cares? You're here now. What you did in the past was to actually validate this will actually work even better. When you're tired, when you're not tired, feel that much better. So when you're tired, it doesn't mean you did something wrong, it just simply means you're tired. And now that we're waking up to how your internal guidance system works, we can utilize it better. But even if you get distracted and get off course, it doesn't matter. My perspective is, distraction is the art of discovery. Okay? So when you find yourself getting off course, use a positive perception, a positive tool to then get you back on track. And then you'll have fun. And then you'll see how quickly it moves. But it's not about getting there quick. It's about enjoying the whole entire ride, from the beginning to the middle and to the destination. Everything is part and parcel. Everything is completely encompassed into this unit. One part is not better. The beginning isn't worse off than the end. You think, oh, I want to get to the end. No, 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 no. The end actually generates the energy. But the beginning enables you to start, to tell the story. So when you get to the end, you got this beautiful story to translate back to your fellow beings. But they don't follow the story. All they want to hear is that you create a story and you started here and you ended up there. And the excitement will then help them create their own story. We all came here to create our own story. And once you understand your internal guidance system, you're in full control of your story. So write your own story beautifully and see what happens. Enjoy the ride. Thank you. If you have any questions or comments, go to dalywisdom.com. That is D-A-L-Y Wisdom, W-I-S-D-O-M.com. Leave a comment or questions and I can get back to you. And enjoy the day, and I wish you all well.